long ago, in the ages of sparkling skies and whispering winds. There was a kingdom filled with quiet magic and kind hearts. It was called the Salar Empire of Crystalwinds. Its towers shimmered like silver under the moon, and its rivers glowed like melted starlight. In this beautiful kingdom lived a curious young prince, Prince Mursil. One silent night, a mysterious whisper traveled from the faraway crystal rainforest, calling him toward a hidden adventure. High above the clouds, the great silver moon watches quietly. Its light glides across the twin crystal towers of the palace, making them sparkle like distant stars. These towers belong to the celestial crystal palace, the peaceful heart of the kingdom. At night, inside the palace, Prince Mursil sleeps peacefully in his quiet chamber. Moonlight glows across the moonstone walls and crystal windows. Small lanterns shimmer like tiny moons, filling the room with gentle light. Suddenly, the curtains move, softly, as if brushed by an unseen hand. Yet the window is closed. Something far away is calling. A whisper drifting from the deep crystal rainforest. The prince shifts slightly in his sleep. A quiet smile touches his face because he hears the whisper. "Follow me," the voice seems to say. Tonight, beneath the silver moon, a gentle adventure begins. A curl of silver crystal mist drifts around the sleeping prince. It glows faintly like moonlight wrapped in silk. The mist hums a quiet melody. Far away, the deep crystal rainforest breathes beneath the moon. Small foxes with glowing tails move through the trees, their light flickering like tiny lanterns. Outside the palace, the grand eastern wind gate stands silent and still. Its ancient carvings listen to the night. Deep within the rainforest, a waterfall glows like a ribbon of moonlight. Above it stretches a vast canopy of crystal leaves, shining beneath the radiant moon. The whisper rides upon a thread of silver wind. It slips quietly through the palace walls, drifting along beams of moonlight until it reaches the prince. "Come, follow the light." In his dream, the prince sits quietly, listening. The call from the forest feels warm, like a gentle hand guiding him. He pauses, listening carefully. The night grows very still. The dream slowly fades, and the chamber becomes real again. Yet the whisper remains, soft and near. The prince sits up slowly. Moonlight settles across his shoulders like a silver shawl. The whisper fades away, but its feeling remains, a small, glowing spark inside his heart. A quiet smile appears on the prince's face. Tonight, he will follow the whisper. Prince Mursil fastened his royal travel cloak, ready for the journey ahead. He adjusted the silver clasp shaped like a crescent moon and felt its quiet blessing settle into place. The lantern glowed, then flickered to life with warm golden light. Lantern glow filled the chamber, reflecting softly in the crystal pillars like stars trapped in light. Across the royal sleeping chamber, everything rested in peaceful stillness, as if the room itself were waiting. Even the shadows seemed gentle there, touched by moonlight and the calm of night. royal dresser, the round cover of the parchment map waited quietly, holding the promise of an unseen path. The map rested in silence, as though it, too, knew that Prince Mursil's story was only beginning. He opens an ancient parchment map. Silver threads shimmer across the paper, as if the map itself is alive. The parchment map lay open before him, as if it were waking from a long, secret sleep. Every fold shimmered with the promise of hidden paths and distant wonders yet unseen. In the hush of the chamber, the map seemed alive, waiting for Prince Mursil to begin the journey. Prince Mursil lifted the round cover of the parchment map from the royal dresser with careful hands. He rolled the map and placed it gently into his satchel, as though tucking destiny into his care. He tied the satchel strap softly, sealing it like a vow beneath the stars. A quiet night rested over the Moonstone estate, beneath a great, glowing full moon. The twin towers stood in silver light, like ancient guardians of the night. He closed the royal antique compass, its needle settling into silence. The prince opens a small royal compass. Its moonstone needle glows softly, pointing not only north, but toward truth, and slipped it beneath his cloak. Hidden, yet always guiding, he lifted the royal antique dagger, echoing with forgotten legends. He placed it into its cover with quiet precision and fastened it across his shoulder, a mark of courage. He reached for the tiny flask, a ritual of the journey ahead, filling it with crystal clear water, pure as mountain light. He paused and took a single, mindful sip. Then he let one drop fall to the floor. A blue lunar glow awakened from the drop, spreading outward in gentle ripples, like a blessing carried by the moon itself. Filling the chamber with ancient, quiet magic. He placed the flask into a hidden inner pocket, close to his heart, where courage lives. He wrapped a thin scarf around his neck, a final touch of warmth against the night air. And in that moment, the journey truly began. The lantern glowed softly. A small sun held gently in his hand. His fingers tightened around the ring, carrying its golden light forward. A moonlight spilled through the parted curtains. Soft, silent, waiting. Beyond them, the unknown called. Step by step, he moved forward. He looked back once. At the chamber of light and memory. Then, without fear, he stepped into the night. The curtain parts behind him, and Prince Mursil steps quietly into the palace corridor. The long crystal corridor stretches far into the palace, its pillars glowing faintly in the night. Prince Mursil walked quietly through the endless crystal corridor. Warm, golden light drifted across the shining floor and glimmered upon the crystal pillars. In his small hand, he gently carried the carved wooden lantern. Every peaceful step brought him closer to the sacred moonstone wall. Then, something extraordinary happened. The lantern slowly rose into the air. Its gentle golden light floated silently ahead, inviting the young prince to follow without fear. Prince Mursil followed the glowing lantern. Calmly, step by step, he continued toward the ancient moonstone wall. At last, the moonstone wall stood before him. Its ancient crystal surface shimmered with soft silver blue light. The silent corridor seemed to pause, honoring this timeless place. Tiny dream mote drifted gently through the air. Prince Mursil breathed upon it with the softest whisper. The glowing spark twirled gracefully, then dissolved into shimmering light, disappearing like morning mist with a peaceful heart. Prince Mursil stepped closer. His quiet footsteps echoed softly through the crystal hall. Before leaving, he paused. Gently, he placed his palm upon the moonstone wall. Dawn light streamed through the towering crystal windows, filling the corridor with pale gold and icy blue beyond the sacred wall. The magnificent Grand Eastern Wind Gate slowly came into view. It stood proudly, waiting for the beginning of a remarkable journey. Bathed in the gentle light of dawn, the Grand Eastern Wind Gate welcomed the young prince. In complete silence, careful step, then another, Prince Mursil's boots carried him steadily toward the great gate. Calmly and with quiet confidence, he continued forward. Every step brought him closer to the adventure beyond the palace. Standing before the towering gate, Prince Mursil gazed ahead. Beyond its crystal arches, an unknown world patiently awaited him. A gentle breeze flowed through the corridor. His silken scarf lifted gracefully, dancing behind him. The silver embroidery shimmered softly, as if the wind itself whispered, "Your journey begins now." Prince Mursil stood quietly beneath the Grand Eastern Wind Gate. Behind him, the crystal palace rested in peaceful silence. Before him, the magical crystal rainforest waited, ready to reveal its wonders. And with hope in his heart, the young prince prepared to take his very first step into destiny.